lightweight category, Dish Jr. takes on Shallow. In the middleweight, Clunk looks to stop the rebellion. In the heavyweight category, Ramplan will be looking to ram Retribution. A battle of the monsters in the super heavyweight category as Cosmo takes on Umibozu. Gary's Mod Central presents BashBots. I'm your host, the Dominus Ignis, and tonight we will see 4 one-on-one battles. Each battle will last for 3 minutes unless there's a knockout. Fights will be scored 5 points per category in damage, control, and aggression. So let's get things going. Our lightweight grabber Dish Jr. and the spinning blade of Shallow are ready to brawl. Let's send it down to arena side for the introductions.
In the red square to my right, introducing Dish Jr. In the blue square, it's Shallow.
And here we go then for our classic BashBots episode. It's Dish Jr. and Shallow here already. And well, these lightweights don't certainly go without damage themselves. What a first impact.
Yeah, after that one from Shallow, it might not be a long one here as we see these little teeny titans come into play. The kill swords coming up there to prove a bit more of an obstacle for Dish Jr. It's not gone their way at all.
A black panel went flying there. I honestly don't know what from. It could be from our classic BashBots arena, if anything. But Dish Jr. is finally eyes upside. Shallow a little bit more stable than it was at first, so a little bit of calm in this fight for once.
Oh, and a sharp hit to the backside, and the kill swords once again showing why they are the hazard to watch here in the BashBots arena.
Minute gone so far.
That's a good grab though.
Oh, that's a very clever little grab on that left wheel of Shallow, who then goes spiraling upwards from Dish Jr., which is still being aggressive, if not always controlled.
They can, of course, use the blade on top when they're running this way to do massive damage and rip off the whole back end of Dish Jr. Well, the dish is finished. It's time for dessert. Shallow with a huge win out of nowhere there. There was the big hit at the start. That set the pace. Dish Jr. did okay, but Shallow with the huge damage output in the end. And that was the kill shot that ended the match.
We're going to get our next fight going as we move up to the heavyweight division. The Wedgebot Ramplan will be taking on the flipper of Retribution.
Heavyweight time in classic BashBots. It's Ramplan, which is stumbling over the swords, and Retribution here. Might be a bit more slow-paced than our first fight was.
Yes, I mean, certainly defensively these robots look up to scratch. I think that's what they're making use of the heavyweight limit for, but right now they're so heavy that the pulverizers can't lift them off.
Yeah, some interesting moments here to start with. They're certainly more cumbersome, these machines, more clunky, but seem to have the potential for thrills and spills in our classic BashBots arena still.
And there into our little set of grinders.
Oh!
Found another one. That's a good slam.
Retribution on the back foot here at the moment and flicked up and over by our kill swords, and then the spikes. And Ramplan is flicked up by them too. Interesting.
Well, to say that it's got no active weaponry, I'm definitely impressed with the performance that Ramplan is putting on, making use of all those arena hazards of which we've got no shortage here.
Yes.
Retribution, they need to come up with something here.
Yeah, they certainly do. And they seem to just be intent on going on to every single one of our arena hazards at the moment, and it's Ramplan again with the flank attack on Retribution, and a reverse, and a big reverse, and a great slam across
They did have a plan for that, Ram. That was fantastic.
It's Retribution again, who is on the receiving end of some very impressive slam job from Ramplan.
Yeah, it's really time to put the pressure on as they just go on to more hazards comboed from one to another. Even Ramplan not getting away with it unscathed there. but this has been a radical and groovy performance from the Hazard Stripe machine.
Well, I was going to say, we do have a lot of hazards in our arena as Retribution gets slammed again, but it has spent virtually all the fight on a hazard or being pushed around. We have hardly seen that flipper get into play at all here, and there's only 50 seconds to play in this heavyweight tussle.
Yes, indeed, and especially if you've been flipped over, reliably self-right they do. It's just about all they have managed to do, but now here in the corner, that is a hard place to get away from, my friend Retribution.
Nick Ram plan with a reverse ram this time. It's, as Toast said, a very versatile machine for something with such little weaponry. It has no weaponry, but it is very much on top here as Retribution finally gets a, I wouldn't exactly call it a toss-off, no, it's a lift, a minor flip. 15 to play.
And the pulverizers continually coming on down, forming Ramplan's weaponry in the absence. And you know what? This has been almost a 100 to 0 until Retribution gets a cute little flip there on the end to put Ramplan on its head. It will go to the judges. I don't think they'll struggle too much with this one, but Retribution, they got 3 or 4 flips maybe, but nothing in comparison to those huge slams from Ramplan. Fantastic performance from them. The best heavyweight of 2002.
The judges have turned in a 30-15 decision for the winner, Ramplan.
The third fight of the night will see Clunk look to stop the rebellion. Let's head down to the arena for the battle.
And it's middleweight time now as the rebellion from the blue square comes shooting out, and it's Clunk that just gets spat out by the kill saws immediately.
Rebellion, you can see the gap in weight classes as we go down from heavyweights to middleweights. Suddenly, when these robots run into the kill saws, they're absolutely thrown into the skies or go spinning across the arena.
Yeah,
just like that.
Our arena hazards are as much the most explosive weaponry as on the two competing machines here, and it's Clunk that doesn't seem to be the most balanced at all times, and neither is the Rebellion though, as it gets knocked upwards by the kill saws too.
Yes, Clunk definitely introducing the world to the power of this fabled horizontal bar spinner, they call it. But Rebellion, the fabled wedge as we know, and it's great for deflecting that kind of weapon into the air there.
Yes, interesting stuff so far, though the instability of these machines does kind of suggest to me that a moment of exploding might not be out of the question here. They're both very active. They're both very clumsy at times. It's fun entertainment so far. Oh my god! Wow. The kill saws again getting involved, as they have done many a times in this night so far already.
Yes, one of the more effective strategies here in BashBots is to just put a solid wedge in there and control the pace of the battle, but that does involve actually controlling the pace and not throwing yourself at the hazards. But this is better from the Rebellion, backing Clunk into that corner where the pulverizer is a threat.
It is, and Clunk just can't get away to get its bar up to speed at the moment. Oh, just flicked up off the Rebellion into the pulverizer there, and there's a wheel gone there off the Rebellion.
Well, well, well. The tides are starting to change somewhat. Clunk bringing this new weaponry into effect all of a sudden. We see what it can do in combination with the pulverizers. The Rebellion trying to rebel against its own wedge there and get flipped over. It's starting to fall behind out of nowhere.
Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting one for the judges here, because everything and anything's happened without much actually happening from each machine. It's kind of just happened because it's happened. None of it's really been intentional for the most part, to be honest.
Yes, I think the winner of this battle was the arena itself. But as it heads towards a judge's decision, we will have to determine a better robot, and that is a good effort from Rebellion in the late stages.
Yes, playing out the remaining 5 here. Is something else dramatic going to happen? Oh, well, it was Clunk that went knocking away from the kill saws there at the end, and that is the end.
And this is how it played out. That was a great little hit from Clunk. They perhaps won this one on damage with the wheel missing from the Rebellion, but control probably goes the way of the blue machine, but they had their mistakes as well.
The judges have turned in a 25-20 decision for the winner, Clunk.
It's time for our final fight of the night. We take a trip up to the biggest of them all as the vertical flywheel of Cosmo takes on the horizontal blade spinner of Umibozu. Let's send it down to the arena for the introductions.
In the red square to my right, introducing Cosmo. In the blue square, it's Umibozu.
Oh, it's time for the big boys. It's the super heavyweights, and look at the absolute size of Cosmo. It is a unit out there. Oh my god.
Utterly intimidating. You wouldn't want to put anyone against that thing, but Umibozu itself, they have that powerful top-mounted spinner as well. Just, I fear for the durability of Cosmo's wedge. Can they break through it? They can flip it over.
And Cosmo knocking itself back over with that big, chunky vertical spinner as Umibozu comes in with this rather stumbling but interesting approach with that bar. I don't think either machine's really done much to each other yet, but then speak of the devil, something went flying there.
Yeah, that horizontal bar spinner of Umibozu just landing straight on
That's
the
killed
side
the
of
weapon.
the weaponry for Cosmo, and I think they've taken out that weapon with that blow.
Wow, massive moment there from nowhere. It was an interesting feel out in the opening stages, followed by that massacre. There you can see the remnants in the background too. And there's fire!
Ah, fire in the BashBots arena, call the services! Cosmo's still moving at the moment. In fact, they're using the wedge very well to deflect that active spinner of Umibozu. They're acting as though they still have that disc spinning. Maybe it's the power of the fire,
Yeah.
But how much longer can they last while they burn to a crisp?
Well, great balls of fire in that arena. It's Cosmo that is firing through the air there, and I think its goose is cooked in more ways than one. They look done for out here. What an interesting super heavyweight tussle.
Is it getting worse as the fire spread to Umibozu as well?